Hi, welcome to the first video on client server model in AWS Cloud series. In this topic, we are going to discuss different areas like what is a client, what is a server. You must have heard a lot about pay-as-you-go model in cloud computing. So we would be discussing how does pay-as-you-go work and what is its importance. Almost all modern computing centers work around a basic client server model. Now I know it can be a more complicated than that. So let's take a look at our coffee shop analogy. Let's make Mega the server at the coffee launch and I'll be the customer client who is going to make a request. In this case, it is for coffee. Now in the computing world, the request could be anything. It could be a weather report, or it could be the x ray of my hand, or it could be the images of sunflower. Whatever is the business, basically a customer makes a request, and with permissions, the server responds to that request. Here, all I want is coffee. So, let's give you another example. Let's open a web browser, and here, let me search for an article on G20 Summit. The server evaluates the details of this request and fulfills it by returning the information to the client. The client here is the web browser. In computing, a client can be a web browser like before or a desktop application that a person interacts with to make requests to computer servers. And a server can be services like the one where we have received news articles, or it could be like Amazon Elastic Cloud Compute or a type of virtual server. Using client server model, AWS implements a model called only pay for what you use. This principle makes sense when you run a coffee shop. For example, employees are paid only when they are in the store working. If Mega is off the clock, then she doesn't have to be paid. For example, let's say that the coffee shop is about to launch a new drink, coffee latte. In anticipation of this launch, you could always staff your shop with a dozen extra baristas all day long, just in case you suddenly get an unexpected rush at some point in the day. Okay, let's be honest. For most of your day, suppose you don't get enough customers. So, if you're having only two customers throughout the day, then there is no justification paying for all these employees. So, it's an unnecessary cost. And yet, the same thing happens with an on premise data center. You cannot just snap your fingers and triple your capacity or decrease your capacity spontaneously. At AWS, you don't prepay for anything. You don't have to worry about capacity constraints. When you need instances or more people to serve the clients, you just click a button and you get extra additional servers. And when you don't need them, you just are another click away and then they go away. And you can stop paying for them. This is the same way you don't pay for employees for hours that they are not working. So, pay for what you need becomes the first key value for many for running your businesses on AWS. And that is really why we are here to help you understand how AWS is built to help you run your business better. Please subscribe and stay tuned for the next video on fundamentals of cloud computing in the AWS Cloud series. If you have any questions on client server architecture or pay as you go model, you can write down in the comment section and we'll get back to you. Thanks for watching.